So if you're looking to boost your online presence, you'll know it's a real difficult challenge for a business owner. And trying to manage everything is like trying to row upstream with, say, one paddle in a boat. It's going to be hard work and it's going to be slow. But with AI, it's like having a team of expert rowers all rowing together and really supporting your business. And they're working in harmony with you, and they're seamlessly supporting you with your social media, your schedules, your customer interactions, your calendars, everything being done for you to support your business. And they can even anticipate customers' interactions and questions ahead of time. And so what you then experience is your business smoothly sailing through the waters ahead of you. So if you're ready to leave that manual paddling behind you that exhausts you and then want a smooth ride, then AI is ready for that. And this video is going to show you exactly what you need to do. So here's a question for you. How much would you pay to hire someone to do those things for you, to manage your social media accounts, to blog on a regular basis with keywords, to spell check what you write, and to engage your audience? How much would you pay for someone to do that for your business? Well, I reckon it'd cost a small fortune, no doubt. But AI, artificial intelligence, can do all those things and a lot more, and it's so easy to use. It reminds me very much of a cartoon I watched years ago, The Jetsons. But just imagine a world where everything is done for you. You never need to vacuum or iron or do the chores that you don't enjoy doing. That's what AI is doing for businesses now that use these AI tools. It's taken away those mundane tasks that you have to do each day. And one of the big ones is just having an online presence. And to perceive an online presence, you need to feel that a business is being updated. So how often do you update your Google Business post? How often do you add an offer? How often do you then share that with your other social media accounts? I've endlessly seen people's Facebook accounts, Instagram accounts, whether it's their Google Business posts or profile, rarely gets updated. And from your customer's perspective, that doesn't look great. And sometimes you're better off not having, say, a Twitter account that's from 2020 that's not been updated than having it at all. But this is where AI can really help. Tip number one, automate your social media. And the tool I use is Circle Boom. I've used it for a couple of years now. It's really, really helpful and useful for making sure that not only do you have time set aside to get some content together, but it then schedules it for you. So that means that you can set aside time once a week, maybe at the weekend, to just write a couple of articles, but then you can share it throughout the week. And what this does is it gives a constant stream of information out to your customers so they can find your business. At the same time, it means your Google Business profile is being regularly updated, which is good for the algorithm in Google, and it's all just done with a press of a button. And what's more is this tool also helps you to write better content. It has a built-in AI tool that will enable you to spell check it, and then also it will take what you've written and it will rewrite it for you. And then you can then manually edit it if you want to change anything. So I use this amazing tool constantly. I'll put a link down below in the description so that you can try it out for yourself. But moving on to my next tip is an even bigger game changer for AI and your business. And if you are a Google Business profile person, if you've got your account already set up, you're going to find this really helpful because it's some hidden areas of your business that people don't often refer to. See, Google wants your customer experience to be good, so it has these extra tools built in, but few people know where to find them. And Google wants customers to navigate your website and your business profile. So it's built in FAQs, it's built in messages, it's built in automated and AI chosen information to help. Did you hear that? You can't speak without voice rec.
I've got a recipe called How to Make Jello, 12 Steps, with pictures, WikiHow, from WikiHow.
Okay, Google, stop. We'll come on to that as another tip. So Google has these FAQs that can answer your customers' questions. And without them, then customers may not come across exactly what they're looking for. It could be that they're in effect missing some of the things you can offer them. What's more, you can control and automate these. So I'll show you how to do this. Just literally go into Google Business Profile, and there under Messages, you can change your FAQs, you can suggest questions that people may be asking, you can start a chat, you can give a welcome message, you can also set up automatic responses to the questions that are frequently asked. And of course, if you want some good ideas as to what types of questions people may ask, if you're familiar with ChatGPT, you can go there, what types of questions would people ask? And it will give you some ideas, some general ones, and then you can perhaps go more specific on what ones would appeal to your particular audience as well. So you could use AI in that sense to write some really good FAQs and Q&As. But when you write those questions, you can also put links through to either videos or to articles or blogs that will specifically direct them to the help they need. So if it's a restaurant, you might take them through to your menu page or to your bookings page. So in that way then you get your customers before the areas and information they're actually looking for far quicker. And that gives them a better interaction with your business, which means they're more likely to return in the future. And if you find you keep getting the same question being asked via email or via message, make that into another FAQ or Q&A. Make that automated as well, so that that is then the one that displays if that information is asked again in the future. And that gives a greater customer experience. Hey Google, what's the weather like at the moment? Now for my next tip, you've already been given a glimpse into it just a moment ago. And it's just, bear in mind, if you were say cooking and you had flour all over your hands, what then do you do if you suddenly realise you needed another recipe, maybe for some gravy? And that's a time when Google, Alexa, AI chat can be really useful using voice search. And your phone will have it too, and if you go to any of your searches using Google, you'll see there's a little microphone icon there. And that means then that if your hands are full of flour, it still means you can get the information and it can relay that information to you. That's a really powerful thing, voice search. In fact, it's said that 71% of people prefer voice search than traditional typing. And that figure's growing as well. That was a few years ago. So just bear in mind that optimizing your business and having in mind voice search, having in mind the types of keywords that people may use is different to when people are typing information in. Now that's a whole subject in itself, and I put together a video which you'll want to see that expresses about the importance of voice search and how you can optimize your business for that type of technology. And so that's really my tip number 3, was enhance your customer experience through using voice search. And on that video, I even conducted some experiments to see what is it that voice search picks up from your Google business profile. One of the things I noticed, it definitely picks up your actual ratings.
Stewart's Christchurch Garden Centre is on Lyndhurst Road in Christchurch. It's 3.9 miles away and is rated 4.4 stars.
And whether it picks up reviews and what it will pick up in the future remains to be seen. But there's some interesting thoughts on that video, so you don't want to miss that. So watch that video after this one. We're going to now move on to tip number 4. Your business on Google is not just made up about what you've put on your Google business profile, but it also is down to what your website and the authority of your website is too. So it's okay to have a free website. Google gives you a free website if you need one, but also if you've got a website that's built in WordPress or built in Squarespace or whatever it's built in, that also has its own domain name, its own authority that Google's aware of. And your website needs to tie in well with your Google business profile. The two need to go together. And that's where AI can come in using a chatbot too. Now, I have this really useful chatbot that I've used, and not only does it get information from my customers and then helps them find relevant pages in the website, but also as they type it in, it points them to the most common questions that they ask. It also requires them, if they want to, they can then give their email, and in that way they're opting in then to my email list. And then from that, I can then send out information. I can help people see when my releases of a new video comes out. And by building an email list, that's another great way of building a marketing list. If you want to try one of these chatbots on your business website, then I've got a link down below. I use GetGist, and I find it's absolutely excellent at making sure that everything's collected. It's a great marketing tool as well, and it comes with a free account. Now, my 5th tip is just bearing in mind that as a business owner, you probably think that you know exactly what your customers are thinking. Most people that I speak to think they know it better than anyone else, but actually, business owners don't know what their customers are thinking, and they're not mind readers as well. But the stats don't lie, and AI takes the stats and then helps you to know what your customers are thinking. So what keywords are they using to find your business and find your competitors? What types of searches are they using? What long tail keywords are they using? Imagine if you went to all your competitors and asked them, how often do you post on Google Business Profile? What offers do you use? How often do you post images? How many reviews have you got recently? What do you post on your blog? They're not going to give you that information because that's useful information to know what you can do to compete against them. But AI gives you all that information. It's all out there. It just does the mundane work of finding that information. So AI helps you gain insights into your customers, into their thinking, into what they use. And so some of the tools I use to analyze customer data for engagement, which is our 5th tip here, is Surfer Local. Is great for tracking keywords in your competitors and what keywords they're using, what their categories are. And then also the other tool I use is one from Neil Patel. It's Answer the Public, which he bought quite recently. And this again gives you an idea of the intent of a user and also what things people are currently looking for in Google. And by knowing what those keywords are, you can optimize your posts and your blogs in the future. So again, I'll put some links to those tools down below in the description for you. The trouble is sometimes with AI, it can get detected as being too robotic. So there is a free checker to see whether it's considered human or robotic by the search engines. And you need to know about that checker, and it's absolutely free. And I've got a video to show you how to use it right here. So head over to that video now, and I'll see you there.